today we are starting our study of Sutra number 17, which is a continuation, of course, of the previous sutras 16 and 15, where we start to understand attaining a state of higher consciousness, right? And in the previous sutras, Patanjali talks about dropping identification with one's characteristics, desires. All these are steps leading up to attaining higher consciousness. And from Sutra 17 onwards, we'll understand fully practically how can we actually take practical steps through our meditations and other forms to attain the higher consciousness, right?
Right.
So, yes, if we can just begin, please, by understanding Sutra number 17. What is it called and what does it mean exactly?
So 17th Sutra, Patanjali is speaking, Vitarka Vichara Ananda Asmita Anugamat Sampragyata. So basically, Patanjali is talking about this word Sampragyata, a state of Samadhi. Patanjali is giving a name Samadhi, but it is immature Samadhi. It's not complete Samadhi.
Right.
Means it's a reflection of Samadhi.
Can we just recall exactly what we mean by Samadhi at this point? It's, of course, a very important concept to be clear about.
Exactly. So Samadhi means a state of equilibrium, a state of mind where your brain is so active and into an equilibrium state, not into conflicts.
Yes.
There is no conflict at all. So as you just said, that previous sutras, we talked about how to drop the identity,
yes,
how to drop down this ego, this I amness. So Patanjali in this case is very practical. Patanjali knows that you cannot directly drop down your fake identity and find your real self. You cannot directly go into it, because right now my identity is made by this mind, this conditioned mind. So directly we cannot drop this conditioned mind directly. We have to first purify this mind.
Yes.
We need to understand this purification of mind. After purification, our mind becomes very light, becomes easy to drop. But when mind is impure, when ego is so strong, identification with images is so strong, at that time it's very heavy. It's not easy. So according to Patanjali, you cannot drop your mind directly.
Yes.
You have to go through step by step.
Right.
So these steps in this sutra, Patanjali is just talking about how to purify your mind.
Right.
What is a way of purifying the mind, and what are the states of purified mind? Basically, 4 states Patanjali talks about here in sutra.
Okay.
He is saying Vitarka, Vichara, Ananda, Asmita. Vitarka means a logic which is very right, very accurate logic, Vitarka. Then Vichara means thinking, or it is a reflection also, from which is coming from Vitarka, which is coming from right logic. First you keep right logic, then you have right thinking. Right thinking is Vichara. Then there is bliss, Ananda.
Yes.
Then you reach to a state of bliss.
And with bliss is the ultimate state, right, that we are aiming for. It's like,
it is not. This is what Patanjali is telling. Patanjali is saying bliss is not ultimate. That this is what I mentioned at the beginning, that many people are lost here. They reach to a state of bliss and they think they have reached to the ultimate, and they lost there. Bliss is a state of the. It's more like a reflection of truth that you get through right thinking. So first right logic, right thinking.
Yes.
And then there is bliss, which is a reflection also coming from the thoughts, right thinking.
Right.
And then at the end the state comes, which is Asmita. Asmita means a state of I amness. There is I amness, but it is very pure form of I amness without a conflict. I am there, but there is no conflict in this I amness. Means you have an ego, but this is very subtle ego.
Yes.
Still you differentiate yourself from the others. Still you say I am different, but you are very pure.
Yes.
In this case, you can be a darshanik, means a philosopher,
right,
a thinker, a good. You have right. Now you can speak about truth if you have reached to that state.
Right, because you are connected with that. You are connected with your higher consciousness, your higher self. You have that direct connection, so you can speak from what you receive directly yourself, not what you hear
Exactly.
from somebody else.
This sutra is talking about when you are really ready for the truth,
Yes.
to go and dissolve into the truth. But you
Yes.
have seen the truth almost. You have got its reflection.
Yes.
To understand this word vitarka, the right logic, we need to understand another word which is kutarka. Kutarka means a negative logic.
Right.
So there are people those have logics, but their logics are very negative. Means they are not progressive in any direction. They
Yes.
don't want to progress.
Yes.
They keep on giving negative logic. It looks like a logic, but it is not actually a logic. But we say it's a negative logic.
Right.
Kutarka. For an example, some people go to a valley of flowers, so
Yes.
they just focus on the thorns, not on the flower. They say there are so many thorns on
Yes.
the valley.
Yes.
We can't walk properly here. On the road, there are thorns and these. They don't look at the flowers, they look at the thorns.
Yes.
So, this negative logic is like whenever you see something, somebody look at something, that brain which is having negative logic, it will always look at negativity in something.
Or negativity within yourself, self-doubt,
Definitely.
all of that.
They will definitely look within themselves. That's why they look outside as well.
Yes.
Because how we treat with ourselves, this is how we treat the external world. People, those are complaining in the life all the time that this is bad happening, this is happening. A man, a farmer whose all crops, all grains, a bunch of birds came and ate all the grains. Farmer was very poor, went to the church, and the priest is saying, you need to look at the positive side of your life. It's okay if the birds have taken your food.
Yes.
God is very powerful. God is loving everybody. God is our Father. He will definitely take care of everybody. Then the farmer replied, yes, he take care of everybody from my grains. Like a negative mind, you cannot see a positive, which is kutarka.
Yes.
Vitarka is not like that. Vitarka is only look at the things which are positive, which are really uplifting,
Yes.
like good for your soul, which is boosting your confidence, giving you more interest in the life. So that is vitarka. They don't deal with their interest. The people those have vitarka.
Yes.
So Patanjali is saying the beginning of this state of samadhi, sampragyata samadhi, the first layer of samadhi, which is sampragyata, you have to start with vitarka. Vitarka is the only way.
Right.
But it is not easy to have vitarka. Vitarka requires a brain which is non-biased,
Yes.
which is not biased with anything. If it is biased, definitely it will look negativity in everything. If I am biased with anyhow, with any ideology or any culture or towards any demand, it will never find a positivity. It will definitely look at the negativity,
Yes.
negative side of that path. Patanjali is saying to make your mind pure and light, you need to have vitarka, means a brain which is free from biasness.
Right.
And then you can look at the things without biasness,
Yes.
without a desire, without having this idea that I fulfill myself through this thought, through this ideology, through this reading,
Right.
or anything. There is no biasness, so there is no desire, which is
That
first
means you
step.
have no opinion, basically. You don't have a judgment of anything. That you like this, you dislike that. You're not attracted to one thing and repelled from something else. You have a neutral approach to most things.
Exactly, the neutral approach is a right word for that. A person who have a neutral approach but interested in the subject, not
Yes.
like neutral approach and ignoring and sleeping,
Yes,
but interested in the
exactly.
subject.
Because again, what most people might use as a criticism here is that not having a desire for something or like attachment to something kind of, it's the opposite of what life is. It's the opposite of living life, right? Because you think that
Yeah,
living
yeah,
life means to feel passionately about something, which of course goes hand in hand with feeling extremely repelled by something too. But most
yeah.
people will say that a life without feeling passionately about things is not really living at all.
Exactly, because most of the people do not know the other dimension. They know dimension which is working on the base of desire. So they have been living on the base on desire, where what they call interest. Interest is based on desire,
Yes.
based on purpose, ambitions, fulfillment.
Yes.
Or they also know a state where they are broken, they are sad inside, they don't wanna,
Yes.
they're not interested, they're isolated.
Yes.
They don't know the another state which is higher awareness. They have never experienced it, so they will never understand it.
Yes.
So it's a matter of experience, which I always say.
True.
As long as we cannot experience, our mind will keep on saying this is, because whenever it will come about non-attachment, mind will understand a deep isolation state,
Yes.
non-interesting state.
Yes. Yes.
But it's not true. Non-attachment and with a lot of interest is possible, which is a real state of freedom.
And that is also, I think, very difficult to achieve, because it's we've discussed previously, almost in the beginning, it's the death of your ego, right? And your ego literally feels like it's disappearing, and so it will struggle so much to stay alive, right? It will do anything to stay alive, your ego.
Exactly.
Because this state that you're describing now sounds like the opposite of an ego state. So your ego will do anything to stay alive.
Yeah. Basically, ego is my identity with the mind, with the brain, which is making me different than others. So in this state, what we are talking about this sutra, we are slowly killing this ego.
Yes.
We cannot kill directly.
Yes.
So we need to first purify this ego. It becomes so individual, it becomes so clean.
Yes.
So easily we can drop it down.
Yes.
This is what our effort is. So first thing Patanjali is saying, have vitarka, have reasonings, have a right way of looking at a thing.
Yes.
So you can look at a thing rightly if you are non-biased.
Yes.
Otherwise, you don't look at a thing, you look something else. You look through the conditioning of your mind.
Yes.
In a relationship, in a family, in your job, towards life, all your perceptions, if they're biased, they're not right looking. It's not vitarka.
Yes.
Negativity will be there. If you are looking at something without any biasness, the life, your perception will be so pure.
Yes.